Diego Mayor Todd Gloria is in Chicago this evening, attending the Democratic National Convention. I spoke with him earlier today about his role and connection to Vice President Harris. Thank you for joining us, Mayor Gloria. We wanted to, first of all, find out about your seat. Does California delegation have a good place to watch all the entertainers tonight?
Yes, we do. Thanks to Vice President Harris is leading our ticket. California is front and center. It's incredible to have a front row seat of history.
And you have a history with Vice President Harris, as I understand it. She gave you some advice early on about your run for office here. Tell me about your relationship, please.
She was very kind to reach out to me when I started running for the legislature and provided really key advice, mentoring, helped me be successful on San Diego's behalf when I got to Sacramento. That mentoring and friendship has continued over the years. We've developed a strong working relationship that I think has been beneficial to San Diego. She's risen through the ranks, and I think will continue to benefit us should she be elected president of the United States.
Yeah, that will be interesting to have a friend in the White House, won't it?
Well, it certainly won't hurt. I think the vice president is very familiar with San Diego. She knows our issues from her time as Attorney General and as the United States Senator. And those are relationships and knowledge that we've relied upon as recently as during the January storms when we were seeking a federal FEMA designation. Vice President Harris made that ask. That put tens of millions of dollars in the pockets of San Diegans who were impacted by that disaster. And I believe that the beneficial relationship will continue should she be president.
Now, she's not speaking till Friday, but there already been some highlights. Were you in the hall? I imagine you were when both President Obama and Michelle Obama spoke. What was the electricity like there? It seemed like it was almost out of control.
It could power San Diego for decades. Democrats are fired up. We are excited about this ticket and about the opportunity of making sure that Donald Trump never gets back in the Oval Office. But it wasn't just the Obamas. I will tell you that Doug thought did a fantastic job. I would tell you the night before, President Biden delivered an incredible speech, and we were very fortunate to have his service. So it has been a great 2 days. We got President Clinton, and of course with Governor Walz to accept the nomination.
Yes, that's coming up. And I want to ask you about one of the big Republican attacks has been on Democratic cities. In fact, but one of their big talking points is that Democratic cities, major cities in this country run by Democratic mayors like yourself, including San Diego, are crime-ridden, and that the homelessness is a really big issue and that you can't run away from it. Now, in San Diego, the crime issue is not really backed up by the facts. But homelessness is a real problem. How do you address that? And how does Kamala Harris address that when she's defending her record as a Californian?
Well, I think it starts with the crime question, Jim. As you rightly noted, the facts just don't back that up. And so if they're saying that we are crime-ridden and that's not true, I think it can also be true that the homelessness representations aren't spot on. The fact is, Jim, I'm the vice president of the U.S. Conference of Mayors, and there's not a mayor in this country, and I talk to them every day, every week, who are not facing a homelessness crisis. It's not just a California issue, it's an American issue. And Vice President Harris has put forward a bold policy plan for the production of more than 3 million new homes that will surely help not just the unsheltered, but really every American that's struggling to make the rent, can't foresee being able to buy a home in this country. I think President Harris will absolutely help make a difference on the issue of housing affordability and the really concern of homelessness. But that this is a San Diego issue or a big city issue, Jim, it's just not the case. And I know that from speaking to mayors all across this country.
Mayor Gloria, thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate your insights there, and I hope you enjoy the convention, and we'll see what's coming up in the next couple of days. You can watch special coverage of the DNC starting at 6 o'clock tonight here on ABC 10. That means ABC 10 News at 6, and 7 will be back on Monday.